Oh. So today has been one heck of a day. Right in the middle of that beam. Oh my god. Holy smokes. When you started doing that, it like moved the floor. Last night, I went to a house that I own. And I wanted, because it's been, first of all, I should start out. This has been one of the 2 coldest days here in Maine. I don't even remember it being this cold. It was supposed to be minus 45 and this thing and that thing, and it's just been kind of a crummy couple of days. It was Friday, Saturday, today's Sunday, and Friday morning I woke up and my phone wouldn't turn on. This one that I'm recording this video on right now, it wouldn't turn on. Didn't know why. I couldn't get it to figure it out. I couldn't get it to turn on, couldn't get it to take power. I had no idea. And I know a little bit about iPhones and Apple and all sorts of stuff, so tried what I knew, nothing worked. It's important that my phone works because I use it to gain access to the virtual private network that we use for work. And if you can't do that, then you're kind of up the river without a paddle. So Friday morning rolls around. I was like, well, let's try one more thing. So I did volume up, volume down, hold power. It worked. Turned on. So that was cool. And then I went down to Portland, got that all figured out, and then came home. And I was gonna check on my trailer Saturday night because I want to just make sure. It's like minus 20, minus 30, and it's just ridiculous. So I didn't, because my dad had gone over, and the next morning we lost power. So that's Saturday. Friday ended up going down to Portland at like 1 p.m. and then Saturday I lose power, and that was just a whole shebang. So once we got that figured out with the generator, I went over to my trailer to kind of take a look at that. Sure enough, pipes froze. It was fine on Friday, not okay on Saturday morning. So I spent about 5 hours over there trying to figure that out, and when that didn't work, I was like, well, nobody's here right now, so what should I do? I cut the power to the water pump completely right from the fuse box. There's nothing going to the like the water pump at all. Then I shut off the main water valve, so there's no forceful anything going there. And then I went into the house and I turned off all the faucets. I come home probably around 8 o'clock Saturday night, last night, and I'm starting watching TV. And I'm watching, I think I was watching Heavy D Sparks or somebody. I was watching some video, and that one got done. And as you know, with YouTube, it pauses, so there's like a preview of what's next, and then it goes. So as it went silent, there was no other outside noise, but then there was water running. But it wasn't normal. It wasn't like a normal run. So I sat there for a minute and I was like, oh, someone's probably taking a shower. But then it was just weird enough You know what I mean? It was just awkward enough for me to be like, well, let me look. So I went over there to the sink, and as I got over there, it was louder. And I'm like, this isn't normal. And I don't know what made me do this, but I just turned the faucet on. There was nothing. Oh, this isn't good. So I shut that off, and I was going to go downstairs to see if I could see anything underneath where the sink is, because there's a garage underneath me. And then as sure as I'm standing here or sitting here, there was just water. Just as soon as I left the door, you could hear water hitting concrete. You're like, oh no! And I burst into the downstairs apartment. It's like a little hallway before you get to the apartment. And I was like, yo, we got a busted pipe. We got a burst pipe. And the guy's like, what? He's like, we got a busted pipe. We got to figure this out. Oh my God. So he shuts off the cold water. And he's like, all right, well, it did stop. And he's like, well, you're not going to have any water now, any cold water for the night. And that's fine. That was stressful enough. And then we went to bed. Everything was fine. And that's it. This morning, I woke up. When I woke up, it's like 7:30. My room was kind of cold, but it just felt humid for whatever reason. Just like had like a lot of moisture in the air. So I was like, what is that? Open the door. As soon as I open the door, I'm just like met with this huge rush of just hot, steamy air. It was like, it took my breath away. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, what the heck? And immediately I realized that the dishwasher was on. And I was like, what? I didn't even think about the pipe or anything. And so I was like, why is the dishwasher on? So I walk out into the main room. I came through here and I went to get the door open for my dishwasher. And I stepped in the kitchen and it was standing water. It was hot water. So it's like, oh. And when I opened the door, it didn't stop. Put something on, but I ran down barefoot and I was like, yo. And so someone came to the door. I was like, hey, we gotta shut the hot water off right now. My dishwasher is kicking water all over the floor. Yeah, so we booked it downstairs, shut the hot water off, and I was like, I don't understand. I get a big old towel that's immediately soaking up water. It's useless now. It's just sitting in water. It's no longer absorbing anything. And before I could think about using my clothes, he comes back up the stairs with a bag full of towels and shirts and you name it. All right, let's just start throwing stuff down. So we threw a bunch of stuff down on the floor. That was it. That was done. So once I knew that I contained it and I was able to get all the excess whatever done, I picked everything up, threw it in the dryer. And then I grabbed a bunch of fans and I put it on the floor so we get it all dry. It's about a 20-minute experience. And we finally get it all dry. The plumber guy was going to come in about 40 minutes. So as the guy shows up, my dishwasher turns on again. And I'm like, oh my God. So it's like, what the heck? So we killed power for that one. We killed the power because what was happening is even though the hot water's off, there's still water in the pipe or in the pipe that's going either from the main feeding pipe to the actual dishwasher. So it's pulling the excess that it's still in between stages to that, just spewing it out everywhere. Yeah, so we came back, got that all squared away, and that was all set. And then they had to figure out the pipe situation. So we had, while I was away getting towels, because I knew that my stuff was, like, can't get any more wet, almost can't get any more dry until I go get towels. Everything else is in the dryer. So I came back with all the towels and all this thing, and they were cutting the pipes. And so this thing had a gash, probably about that big, and it was like, oh my God. So they got that all figured out. They tore up all the friggin' ceiling and insulation and you name it, man. It was absolutely insane. And now we're done. Now it's cool. I got my water back. And yeah. So that's my little update. Let's see if we can get some video going.